Am over. Welcome to Subjectively Correct. I am your host. I guess your only host. The other one seems to be a big quitter, Caleb. And I do have a special guest co-hosting today. This is Corbin from at Corbins Collective. All his links are down below. Corbin, welcome to Subjectively Correct. Soon to potentially be full-time co-host if Jake ever wants to lock in. Jake is sick right now, I will say. That's why he's sick. That's why he's not here. Although this seems to be suspicious back-to-back weeks here where he was unavailable. So, you tell me who's really sick here. Corbin, welcome on, sir. How are you doing?
Thank you. Thank you. I'm doing great. This semester of college is almost up, so, looking forward to the winter break. So, and yeah, Jake completely fake. He obviously doesn't care about this channel because if it were me, I'd just be, trash can right next to me, throw open the trash can real quick off screen, come
He
back on,
said
and then we're good. We're good to go.
he said I throw up basically every hour. So I was like, okay, we'll just start it right after you throw up, and then we'll end it just like 59 minutes later, right before you throw up again. Boom, we're done. But you know what?
Boom.
Some people just aren't about it, I guess, and I guess Jake is one of those people. So
Not about the grind.
nothing you can do about it. So instead of skipping 2 weeks in a row, I hit up Corbin. I was like, "Yo, you want to fill in?" So we're gonna have a quick show. It'll probably only be like 30 minutes, 35, who knows, because Corbin's got places to be and stuff to do. So, look, there's still nothing happening. It's kind of the big issue. This is the most dead holiday season of all time. I have watched The Running Man recently with Glenn Powell, and it sucked, but that's a whole other thing. Um, I know Corb's been rewatching crap ever since he got to school. That you've been rewatching a whole bunch of stuff. You've watched the X-Men movies all through for the first. That's the first time you've seen them all through,
hmm
right? And you rewatched.
Well, I watched it kicked off with X-Men 97 because
Yeah,
I knew it came out and I knew it was pretty good. I watched that. That's a banger. Super good show. I'd recommend that for anybody. And then kind of just spiraled out into watching all the X-Men movies, which the first few bangers and then the back end of all the X-Men movies are pretty horrific. I'm not
both
gonna lie.
back ends are pretty
They
bad.
they
It's
were
like
hard to
it's
get
like
through.
because they did the soft reboot with First Class and Days of Future Past. So it's like the first two were
hmm
like banger. X Men 1 and X2 were like bangers. And then it was like Last
Yeah.
Stand and Origins Wolverine. It was kind of like,
Is is Last Stand
yeah.
is Last Stand the one with Porcupine Man?
Yeah, I think so.
Because that movie was horrible.
Yeah. And then
Horrible
and then they
movie.
did the soft reboot with First Class, which is a freaking banger, and Days of Future Past, which is a banger. And then there was like, how about we hit you with Apocalypse? And it was like, oh.
Oh, yeah,
Oh no, we didn't have to do that.
yeah, Apocalypse was not great.
But it kind of worked out that Jake chose this week to be sick because now I can get the FNAF guy on to be the Corbin's a big FNAFer. You gotta it's not FNAFer. You got a name that you're Freddy man. Chica Gooner.
I'm a that's me, bro. That's all no. I don't know, just a honestly, just a FNAF weirdo, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, we know the
I don't
lore.
know.
That's the thing. We know
FNAF
the
FNAF
lore.
enjoyer.
You gotta know the
So,
lore, and
people
everyone.
can't see it on my flag, but Foxy's up here. He's just a little bit higher than the screen, so he's my day one, so
All right, yeah, bro. Nice flag, by the way. Corb's got the flag, as you can see, a staple of the background. And apparently, if you're a friend of Corbin, he will get you a flag for any major holiday or Christmas. Not Christmas or your birthday. So,
yeah.
that's always nice to look forward to. But yeah, there's nothing coming out, or there's nothing that's been out really recently at all. I mean, Zootopia 2 came out, but I ain't watching no Zootopia 2. I'm gonna be honest. Wicked 2.
Gooner movie, bro.
Wicked 2.
Judy Hopps movie.
Wicked 2 came out, which I ain't watching no Wicked 2. And Stranger
Bro, dude,
Things.
my parents
Wait, what's up?
dude, my parents were like, "Dude, you and your cousin wanna come see it?" And I was like, "What if we just didn't do that?"
Well,
Like, that just
apparently
sounds
the
like the
first one.
worst time
I mean, look,
ever.
I don't. It's not a movie made for me, but apparently the first one was actually a good movie. And then the second one sucks. So it doesn't
I don't
matter.
know.
It's not a movie
I
for
haven't seen
me.
either.
It's not a movie for me either. Either way, I'm not watching either of them. But Um, yeah, so Stranger Things is out, but I haven't seen Stranger Things season 4. Uh, so I haven't even watched the new episodes. I just started rewatching the first season, which I kind of forgot how good the first season of Stranger Things was. Um,
It's a banger.
it's been a while since I have seen any of Stranger Things, and there's some parts I'm like, okay, whatever. But season 1 itself is all very good. Um, I'm curious. I know that's one thing you just recently either rewatched or watched, but I got my own theory. I got a theory on what you're gonna say, but what's your favorite season of Stranger Things?
My personal favorite
Yes.
is 3,
I knew
but the
it. I
best
knew you were
produced
gonna
and
say
best
it.
storyline is 1.
I knew you were gonna say 3 because it's the most fun season, and that's exactly how you always
It is
grade stuff.
easily the most fun season.
Yeah, it's definitely nowhere
Yeah.
close to anything as good as season 1, but it is a very fun season. And mainly it's Steve and Dustin that make it the most fun, but I
It's the
knew
Steve, Dustin, Robin combo that literally makes
I
that
literally
season, like,
knew
just
you were
dude, it's
gonna
so
say
great.
I knew you were gonna say season 3 too. I literally knew it.
Yeah.
That was the easiest read of all time. But apparently 4 is actually pretty good. Like it's the second best season with season 1. So I'm interested to get to that. But uh
4?
yeah, well, I think it's because they actually have a plan. Whereas with season 2 and 3, they literally had zero like structure to what was gonna happen with the story. So
I feel like people online, most like, from what I see, it's mostly season 1 by a long shot, and then, and then it's mostly 3, I feel like, but 4 is also in the mix, like, they kinda switch back and forth, and then just way low is
well,
2.
2 is
2 is
piss.
such a bad
2
season.
is
It's
piss,
so
and 3
awful.
is pretty piss too, but it's fun. So I think that it's become pretty clear that people fucking they love them some fun. That's their goat. They're like, It's fun though." Like, okay, yeah, but what if it sucks?"
I don't think the story sucked. I
I
think the
think the
story was
story is pretty
very random.
it feels like it
It's
was a random idea that they made up on the spot, which is what they
Oh,
did.
yeah, it was definitely a very random idea, but now they've ran with it into season 4. That's why I don't like dude, season 4 basically just takes all of 3
Well,
with, and they just undo it all for the most part, and then
I
they,
haven't
like,
seen 4.
slightly build on it
I haven't
towards
seen
the
4.
end, so
I don't want. I haven't seen 4, and I've honestly managed to somehow, even though it came out freaking a decade ago, avoided all spoilers for it. So I don't know how, but I have. So you know, if I get to it before, my goal is to be all the way through the rewatch and watch all of season 4 by the time that the finale releases, which is I think New Year's Eve. So I should be good by then. Um, but it's the same thing that happened to me with the problem was I watched season 3 and then it took them like 3 years to make season 4, and I just didn't care.
yeah.
Like, cause I didn't watch it when it was
Mhm.
first coming out. I binged 1, 2, and 3 back to back to back. And then it took them like 3 years to make season 4, and I just didn't give a crap by the time it came out. So,
Yeah,
like,
that's fair.
horror's never been my kinda genre, which is funny because now we're only gonna talk about 2 horror things today, but horror's never really been my genre.
Yeah.
But I actually think I'm good at noticing good and
Yeah.
bad horror because of how much I listen to Creepcast now, which banger podcast if anyone out there hasn't ever heard of it. It's a banger podcast. Those are all basic cheesy horror stories usually, but some of them are really good and some of them are really bad, and you get a very easy way of like knowing how to tell which one's which. And Stranger Things season 1 does like all of that, like the things that when I'm listening to Creepcast and they get a good story that I know is going to be a good story. Season 1 of Stranger Things does all that. Where it's like kind of mystery box, but it's not like gonna be a disappointing resolution. It's like, what is all this? But it's not gonna fully give you the answer, but it'll answer just enough kind of thing,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah, I don't know. Stranger Things to me, which this might sound like super stupid, I don't feel like it's a horror. Like, it has horror aspects, but whenever I think about it, I think it's just supposed to be it's more like it's a little bit more of a mystery, like, from the way I view
It
it.
is. It's a
Like,
horror
there's
mystery.
horror movies and, like, horror things.
You're
Yeah.
thinking of a
Yeah, like a
slasher
horror
movie
mystery,
more
but
for a horror.
well, I'm thinking of, whenever I think horror, I think of, like, slasher, or I think of, like, oh, it's called, like, Silence, where it literally is just, like, a dude stalking a woman outside her house. Just, like, that to me is horror. It's, like,
Stranger Thing,
things that could actually happen are horror. Now, there are horror aspects, I'm not saying that. it's just like whenever I think about Stranger Things, it's not like,
Bro,
oh, let me watch this horror show, Stranger Things.
I guess I get what you're saying, but Stranger Things is just straight up horror. Like, it just is. It's it is horror. I gotta specify that. I don't need any channel strikes on here because I didn't say horror enough. So
Right.
it is a straight up
Horror.
horror story. And it's because the
Mhm.
best horror stories are more mystery esque because it kind of because
Mhm.
you have your like your real world stuff, right? Like with the slasher, like the serial killer look type thing, or the stalker,
Yeah,
whatever.
like Dahmer and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's yes, that's a real life thing, but yeah, I know what you're saying. But it's like technically this could
Yeah.
happen in real life kind of horror. And then you have your more
Mhm.
supernatural horror kind of like A Quiet Place is like that or I mean Stranger Things is like that. And
Stranger Things.
when
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
done right, the supernatural horror stuff is way better in my opinion. Um the
Yeah,
biggest
that's
thing
what I think.
that I feel like that they always struggle with is trying not to tell me what exactly the big horror monster is. Like, and that's the thing
Mhm.
I'm most worried about with Stranger Things is they're like, you're gonna find out what the upside down is. And I don't wanna fully I don't need someone to sit there and stare at the camera and go, so basically the upside down and then to just explain because it's like
Right.
the mystery is what almost makes it interesting. And it's like it would make sense for them not to ever figure out what it actually is. They just know it exists type thing. And I think that's where a
Yeah,
lot of the
until they actually
problems
go down there.
and I think that's where a lot of the problems
Mhm.
come in with season 2 and season 3 of Stranger Things. Is just like the Demogorgon is this scary thing. It's like it's this big monster, and I'm assuming when they wrote the first season, they never really had a plan for like it being something else. And then they were like, the Mind Flayer controls it, and then that didn't work.
Yeah. Well, apparently they've had all of it mostly planned out. Apparently,
No,
at least that's what the writers say.
no,
I do
there is
not
no
believe
way.
them whatsoever
If they had it all planned
because
out, they're terrible
I don't know.
writers. Because season 2 is piss.
Season 2 is so bad.
And 3, when you
I
connect the horror elements and not the character elements of season 3, like the more upside down and supernatural stuff, season 3 is also piss. The character stuff is what saves it from being just as bad as season 2. Everything that
well,
doesn't tie together as the overall narrative is what keeps season 3 from collapsing in on itself.
yeah, well, that's my problem with 4 is maybe okay, so maybe people think the story of 4 is better. I don't think it is, but, like, you'd think the characters could save it. I think the character work they do in 4 is the worst out of all the seasons. Probably close with, like, two's not great, dude. The 4 character work is awful because we just have to relive all of the 11
We'll see.
"Papa!" And she just, like, screams at
We'll
people, but
see.
sh
I'll let you
like,
know when I get there.
it's bad. I am low key a 4 hater. I did not like it that much.
Interesting.
I thought it was I just
I've
thought
literally only heard positive
it
things
wasn't
from
for me.
people who are normally not positive. So I'm like, oh, okay. So maybe it is actually good. Um, yeah, I don't know. Dude, I just genuinely forgot how good season 1 of Stranger Things was.
Yeah,
And I'm
it's a
like,
banger.
bro, like, like every character except, I mean, 11 annoys me, but she's still not too bad in the first season. Is
She actually has an arc in season 1.
gosh, I mean, kind of. I don't
Uh,
know.
okay,
I just
more
think
than she does in the entire rest of the series.
I don't find her character that interesting. I find every other character decent.
It's not.
But like,
I don't like 11
I
at all.
think season 1, there's not really a bad character in there. Um, everything is just compelling in general in it, and I think it works. I think Will is the only is the only guy who actually, honestly, Will gets more character from what I remember. I'll have to reanalyze this when I go back. Will gets better work in season 1 as far as character work than any of the other seasons, which is funny because he's not even in this one.
Right, and then apparently in the new seasons, which I haven't seen any of 5 yet, because 'cause I'm gonna watch it with my parents once I get back home. Um, but you're supposed to be able to see what's going on with Will in the Upside Down, and in the trailer, he just, like, slimes Demogorgon apparently with, like, a shotgun or something like that. I'm just like, "Bro, isn't this kid, like, 6?" Like, how
Yeah,
old is Will in season 1?
6.
So, he's older than that.
He's
He's
in
like
middle
12.
school.
Okay.
I think they're 11.
12.
No,
11?
wait, that doesn't work for middle school. I don't know.
11? Papa, you
Dude, I
lied.
think your hand
Papa.
just despawned. Oh, it's the green light. You're getting like a green light on your hand when you're pushing it close, and then it's just like despawning on the.
Oh, really? That's actually
You're
faster.
like turning into Silver Surfer when you do that.
Wait, that's tough. I'll
Um,
have to go back and watch that.
what was I about to say? Dude, I just lost my full train of that. But yeah, because of the positives I've heard of season 4, I'm kind of back in on the train because it's like I remember not liking season 2 at all, and I think when I rewatch it, I'll dislike season 3 a lot more, but I still know I'll enjoy parts. I'll still have fun watching it for a lot of things. It's similar to a lot of
Mhm.
Cobra Kai for me, where I like season 1 of Cobra Kai is freaking amazing, and season 2 is all right, and season 3 is all right, and then it just is like straight piss for the next 2 seasons, but it's so much fun that I can't not enjoy it. So, I
Karate Royal Rumble, by the way.
so we'll see. I'm
Blowing up
curious.
a
I gotta
boat.
finish Cobra Kai too, dude. But I haven't seen the finale of that.
It's
But
so
I gotta watch it though. All right,
oh my gosh.
we don't got time to go down our Cobra Kai rabbit trail. Um, bro. First off, if you got any interest in Formula One and you've never watched it, watch this weekend. Watch me and Corbin's podcast. Links down below. Banger weekend. This is just an excuse to talk about F1. I might watch the F1 movie tonight. I have it to watch, but I don't know when I'm gonna watch it and when
May
I'm
as
gonna
well.
watch Rush. It's
Gotta
gonna
get hyped.
some of these two
I'm watching Rush tonight or tomorrow.
same. I don't know when, but I'm gonna watch it in the next few nights as well as the F1 movie. So I just gotta
Mhm.
fit it in with the Stranger Things stuff as well as I've been gaming a bit more. So obviously with Black Ops 7. How are you? I know you enjoy Black Ops 7 enough. What's your overall thoughts on it? Just briefly, I
Uh,
guess.
I think it's I think it's fun. It doesn't give me like for some like this is gonna sound dumb, but I don't feel like it's as clean cut as Cold War was. Like Cold War for some reason like feels like crispy to me. And this game kind of feels like it's like the two different styles of play are very different. I think it's really fun. Like it's probably my most played game right now. Um because it's like me, you, Dylan, Jake are like hopping on. We're all just like playing and going for camos and stuff. And so I think the camera grind's been fun for the most part. Like I just got the Akita shotgun gold. That was fun because it was literally just me running through people, and I just felt like an awful person. But no, I mean, I think the game is really fun. It doesn't like stand out to me to be like the greatest Call of Duty of all time, but I think it's solid. I know people online hate it, which I don't really know why, because
It's just a trend to
I think
hate it.
it's a good fun game. Right, of course.
I don't blame them
But yeah,
either.
no, I
Like
think it's a good game.
I'm not sitting here and being like Activision's the greatest company ever. No, I think they're scumbags, but like it is
Yeah,
just better than other CODs have been in the past. So, I
it's better than the last two,
it's better
than
than the last
MW3 and
one. It's not better
MW2.
than MW3. It's better than
What was the one
MW2.
before this?
One before this is Black Ops 6.
Oh yeah, duh.
It's better than
Black Ops. Yeah,
BO6. It's
it's better than
it's
BO6.
not as good
BO6
as
fell off
MW.
way
It's not
too
as good
hard.
as MW3 was at the end of its span with the maps. The maps in MW3 were good. At the end of the year, that's kind of what saved it. We'll see what happens with the rest of
Mhm.
BO7. So by the end, it might compare differently. I'd say the launch product is a bit better than MW3, better than MW2 by a mile, better
Game was
than
so bad.
Vanguard, better
Obviously
not
better than Vanguard.
it's I don't think it's close with Cold War, but it doesn't have the maps right now, and Cold War has its own style that's kind of separate, better than so it's just better going back to Black Ops 4 basically. Um,
Mhm.
so and even
Yeah,
if you're and
and I
even if
think
you're not a
that's
big and even if you're like MW 2019's well, okay, it's the best one since that then.
right.
Even if you're an idiot and think MW
Mhm,
2019 is
right.
good. So I know the campaign is
Like
piss.
everybody online.
So I might play that just to see how pissed it is. But other than that, who knows?
I don't know. I think that's like kind of what you just said earlier. I feel like that's why I like Cold War so much is because the style of Cold War, it's supposed to be like that like Vanguard is like,
It's
ooh,
very
it's
arcadey.
like all this old
Cold War
timey
is
stuff.
very
Yeah,
arcadey.
it's arcadey and it's got like its own separate style from all of the other Call of Duty games. Like if you I'm not saying if you put them together, they're the
Well,
same game. Like that's
you're
not what I'm
also
saying. But if you
I
put
also know
MW3 together, and 2, then it's kinda like and BO7, they all feel the same, but Cold War
That's
is,
the
like,
engine.
almost its own
Well, that's
thing.
because
Yeah.
Vanguard was an engine repeat of MW 2019, and then MW2, MW3, Black Ops 6, and Black Ops 7 all have the same base engine. That's why all the guns feel the same. But
Mhm.
yeah, I know the other reason, like Cold War, because I know you're a big BO4 guy, and Cold War is basically just a like watered down Black Ops 4. So, all
Yeah.
right, let's move on from COD.
That's fair.
How are you feeling? I have honestly, I've seen like one trailer for this movie, and I don't even remember it that much. How are you feeling about FNAF 2? Because it comes out this weekend. How are you feeling?
I'm gonna be so honest. As a FNAF fanboy, um, I I'm so I'm gonna watch the movies. The movies are fun, the movies are whatever. The problem I have is they are not following the FNAF story. The okay, Vanessa doesn't come in until Security Breach. Security Breach is set like 70 years into the future. It's set in
Yeah,
2070s.
I
And right
freaking
now
dude.
they have her in the first movie, so I'm like, "Okay, why is she in
I
here?"
okay. Can I
They
say
just
this?
don't
I
follow
don't
the
even
story
care
at
that
all.
she's in the first movie. I care that they made her the child of William Afton.
Yes,
What? Why?
that's another that's I
Also,
didn't get there yet.
also,
I
I'm
didn't
gonna
get
be
there yet.
honest. I like Josh Hutcherson. They should have cast a British guy. They're British. We know they're British. That's kind of one of the
Yeah,
things. You know, I like for a game for a, I'm fine that they are doing their own lore from the games. It'd be nice. I think originally with the first one they were gonna do. I wish it had followed the game storyline more, but the fact that it's separate, I'm fine with. I kind of wish they had kept some of the core stuff. Um, and I
mhm.
think we know so little actually about those characters in like most of what we know about the FNAF comes from FNAF 6. And like so we know so little about them that we should keep the stuff that we do know kind of from the game. So it's like or that we assume we
I
know.
agree, yeah.
Mike should be William's son. He's the main guy. And
Mhm.
they should be British. Like that's just, you know.
I just yeah, but I'm not hating on the movies. Like I just like whenever I go in, I just have to think of it. It's like this entirely separate thing. It's kind of a little bit like what I did with the F1 movie. Like I went and it was just like this is a movie. They're not going to get every little detail right, and I just have to be
I
fine
think
with
they
it.
did
If
a
you go in with that
way better
mentality,
job. They did a way better job in F1 though.
they oh who FNAF
No, I'm saying F1 did a way better job than FNAF.
did but okay because you said it. Okay, I don't know. I geeked. Yeah. F1 did it way better than FNAF. F1 definitely exceeded my expectations in that
I think
aspect. There's
what the
just a few
crash was a
things
little bit over the top, the big Joshua Pierce crash, and then like his wheel was always
that
like when he was
yeah,
driving,
him shaking the yeah, bro.
and
So there's
there's
that,
that,
and
and
then
then there's
there's
like
the no yellow flag,
oh
and then
yeah, some
there's
of
like there's
they mishandled some very minor rules thing, but as far as overall realism, quote unquote goes, I think they did a
it
pretty
was
good
good.
job.
It was good. But that's like with FNAF, I feel like if they played more into the story, it would have been better because the story of FNAF is really
I think
freaking
there's
good if you
parts,
get down into it.
but I think they
But,
still
like,
would have
I
had
don't
to
know
always tweak it.
like, I'm okay with them tweaking it, like, F1 tweaks, like, certain things to match the movie, for example, I just feel like FNAF, instead of, like, tweaking things, they just started changing stuff just for the hell of it, which I'm not hating, I just have to like I was saying earlier, I just have to go in with the mentality that this isn't Five Nights at Freddy's the game. These are the Five Nights at Freddy's movies that are just based on the animatronics, because
Yeah.
that's really the focus of it all. It's just on the animatronics and
Um.
what's going on there. So,
Yeah. Okay. Like for example, F1 movie. No team principal or owner, not team principal, is signing a contract that says my bottom feeder team has to win a race in the first 3 years. That is
right.
that is something that
Literally
would
has never
never
happened
happen in
unless you're
real life.
Braun.
No one has been in F1 for 2 decades, maybe. I don't know the exact timeline.
Never
Never
got
won it
even a podium.
exactly. So no team principal would ever sign that deal. Um, but they need it for the movie. Technically, it could happen in real life, probably not. So it's like
Mhm.
that's something that's a good example of something that like they just completely twisted, but it still kind of works. The Vanessa Afton thing, yes, it works for the movie. because if it's a standalone thing, because it isn't. That's the one thing like you said, you have to look at it its own thing. This is a story inspired by the FNAF games. It has nothing to do with the FNAF lore. Some of the names are going to be the same. All this other stuff is going to be the same. But at the end of the day, it's going to be its own separate, completely different thing. I think them putting the
Yeah.
Vanessa thing, I think that was a completely political thing. It was like, feminism, whatever. I think that was a whole thing. Because there's no other reason that should have happened. Like that, it's just stupid. I'm gonna be honest. Like that is one of the most random
Well,
things that you
to
could
put her in
choose
the
to
first
change. To have her be
well
Afton's
well,
daughter, and then putting her in the first game, and then like it just, I don't know, that was weird to me. But
they dude, I really gotta look back through the lore because it gets, really confusing. They are related, but the problem they went out of order, I think
no,
is
they're
the
not.
problem with it. Because I think no, wait, okay, hold on.
Vanessa
I
is
really
in
gotta
no way
relook
related.
through the lore.
So Vanessa comes
Vanessa's
in.
connected to Springtrap
No,
eventually
no, no, no.
in
Hold on, hold on,
Security
hold on, hold on,
Breach.
twin. Vanessa is literally separated from the Afton saga as a whole. She gets infected by Glitch Trap, the freaking
That's
virus
what it
bunny.
was, yeah.
But to be completely honest, that's basically entirely separate from the first 6 games. Those are their own story, whereas the Security Breach and Ruin and Secrets of the Mimic are all like, that's almost like a new soft rebooted timeline that still obviously takes place in the same
Yeah.
universe, but like there was no connection. They were just
Yeah,
like
that's that's the problem. I was just confused for a sec. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Afton's daughter is like supposed to be
circus baby
um
who
is supposed yeah she's gonna die in not this movie, not the next movie if they do a Springtrap movie, but the fourth movie. So by Five Nights at Freddy's the movie maker standards, she's going to be the person that tries to get the ice cream from Circus Baby and gets absolutely munched. And I don't see them doing that with Vanessa because Vanessa
they're
is
not
a
going to.
security guard at the Security Breach Mall. I feel like the only way they could save this would be if Mike's daughter gets munched and not Mike's daughter. Wait, is it
Sister.
what's his name in the what's his name in the movie?
It's Michael, isn't it?
It's Mike? Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Let me double
I
check, but I'm fairly certain it's still Michael. Josh Hutcherson.
I think yeah, Josh Hutcherson. His daughter in
Yeah, he's Mike
the
Schmidt.
movie. Yeah, Mike Schmidt. So is she gonna be the one that dies whenever eventually comes
I
to it?
don't think
Because
they're
you
gonna
have to
do
kill
circus
somebody.
baby. I don't.
You have to kill
I
you
think
have
they've
to
just. I
kill
think they're just going a
somebody is the
completely separate
problem.
lore. I don't even think anyone's gonna align like that. We'll see. It seems
It
like
needs
there's
to
some
follow the
flashback. There's some.
game somewhat.
It's not going to twin. There's gonna be some flashback stuff in this one. I think from the trailer. Is that right? Did I make that up? Did I completely fantasize that? Isn't there some hinting at like some Henry Emily
I
stuff for like?
I honestly don't know.
Okay.
I mean, the only trailer I've seen is whenever the one blonde girl, I always forget her name. She goes and sees the marionette, and I see Mangle breaking into someone's car, which is going to be tough because Mangle's low key that guy. Well, that girl, but um I really haven't paid attention to the trailers that much. I honestly need to go through and rewatch the movie, rewatch all the lore videos, and then look at the trailers before I go see it next week.
Yeah,
When does it come out?
it comes out this weekend.
Yeah, before I see it this weekend, because I'm gonna try and go see it.
Yeah.
So
I will say at the end of the day, Scott Cawthorn is directly connected to these movies. So, if it's not directly connected to the games, it is stuff at the end of the day. Maybe he's thought about putting in the games. Maybe he's and who knows? Maybe even he's like putting. We know how he works from the other games. Maybe he's putting some breadcrumbs in here that, like, yes, these movies aren't canon to the timeline, but that'll maybe answer something from this single frame
Secret of the
in the
Mimic.
top
Right.
top right corner of Midnight Motorist. like it's like we know how freaking
Yeah.
wacky these things are. So, I think look, I don't think it necessary. I think FNAF as a concept, the story that is laid out in the games is interesting enough that you can do a full spin-off that doesn't connect to the story at all. Right? The idea that
Mhm.
there's this guy, William Afton. The characters will stay the same. He killed 5 people. killed 5 children, missing children, whatever. That's an and then those children haunt these animatronics because they stuffed them in there. That's an interestingly, like, creepy enough concept. You could just do a whole spin-off thing. Obviously, the
A
movie
whole
wasn't gonna
spin-off
be
just from that.
an hour and a half of Josh Hutcherson closing doors while checking cameras. Now, the hardcores,
That would have been
we would have been down for
low-key tough.
that.
I would have been
We would have
down
been
for
down.
that.
But
Would
let's
have
be
been
real,
love.
that was never gonna be, then they may as well just, like, they may as well just put the Markiplier videos up in the theater and let us watch them. Like, they were always gonna have to do something different to actually adapt this storyline to the I just you know, if they're going, we'll see how if FNAF 2 is even remotely kind of, like, trying to connect back to the games, then I'll be a little more annoyed. I I'm only, like, a little annoyed that some of the changes in FNAF 1 then, like, if they are, like, because it's like, I do think there's so much good stuff in the games that they could have brought back, but I also fully understand it is such a complicated story to try to adapt into a movie when it's such a simple game by concept. Like,
Right.
dude, they can't adapt games that are easily laid out to be adapted. Like Assassin's Creed, the Assassin's Creed movie sucks. Like, they didn't get anything right with that, and that is so much
Yeah.
easier to adapt. Or, like, you can do that with basically any game that's gotten a movie adaptation for the most part. It's like, why does this suck so bad?
Yeah. Yeah, it's more of like, I don't know, you can kinda just think of it like an alternate timeline, like, like in the Marvel universe, because we did so great with the alternate timeline from that. But
Yeah,
I'm
let's
just
just
saying,
not
like,
connect them.
you
If we
start
just
at
don't
this.
connect them, we're good. No multiverse.
Yeah. No multiverse. But I'm saying, like, if you have, like, the starting point is the first movie and the first game, which those are connected, and it's kinda just like two, like, prongs, and they're the same concept, but they're just on 2 different tracks, and it's kinda just
Yeah,
2 different stories in general, but they are related. I think that's just the
the
way
main
I have to
reason
think about it
they were
whenever I go
never going to
into it.
connect is because the games play with time way too much. Where it's like, this
Mhm.
thing happened 50 years ago, but you're playing it 30 years from then, maybe. Who knows? And it's all up in the air. Now, they obviously have the guy who has the answers to all that. They have easy access to him with Scott Cawthon. But at the end of the day, it
Right.
is so up in the air. And you could watch 8 different timeline I solved the FNAF timeline videos, and you'll leave each one going, no, that's the right timeline. Like you can easily make a case
Yeah.
for
"Oh,
every
wait, this
single
guy
one of them.
cooked." Right.
Exactly. So,
Mhm.
you know, it's something that weirdly, you have to get into. It's something for our generation. You just you gotta learn all the lore, obviously. So
Mhm.
so I know more FNAF lore than I
It's
could ever
it's fun.
care to know about. Like, I genuinely never gave a crap. When we were going to watch the FNAF movie, I was like, okay, you know what? It's gonna be a lot of fun for everyone. So I'll watch the Markiplier playthroughs because those are iconic. I'll watch all the Matt Pat videos because those are iconic. It's like you just gotta get into it at some point, and it's like, you know, would I ever give a crap about this if it was a natural thing? No, I would be so uninterested by the game. If I just played the FNAF game, like the first FNAF game, without any of the other stuff existing, I would like get 15 minutes in and I'd be like, this is the worst game ever. I don't care. Because I don't like
Mhm.
horror in general. So it's like,
Neither do I. I actually hate horror, and if you wanna see me be scared and, hate myself, you can go to @Corbins Collective on YouTube.
all right,
Corbin
bro,
is my
shameless
YouTube
plug.
channel
Okay,
name,
bro.
and
No,
you
no,
can
you're
watch,
getting
and
muted,
you
twin.
can
You're getting
and you
muted.
can watch me play
No, no,
Security
no.
Breach. No, so you better not mute me.
No, you're getting muted. No, no, no.
Keep me out here right now, I'm spitting.
Nope, you're muted, twin. Nope, they can't hear you. All right. You're back. You're back. Yo, did you just eat a Pop Tart?
Alright, I'm back.
All right.
Spawned
Um,
it in.
we didn't talk about the box office at all, but I don't care. That's because I'm here with Corbin, not Jake, and I just needed my title to be longer than FNAF 2 early predictions. So, clickbaited nerd. Um, Corbin, you said you might not be free Wednesday. I know if you are though, we're bringing you back on to discuss FNAF 2 when it's out. But next week, assuming this guy Jake isn't sick or some BS, we're gonna be
Mhm.
back on this channel because screw Jake. And he can upload a video if he wants it to go back on his channel. Um, so we're for a movie review, we're back on this channel. We're gonna be reviewing the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie. We're gonna start the stream with no spoilers. So if you just need to know if you should go watch it, you can come check it out. Um, And yeah, that'll be on next Wednesday. It's almost Christmas time. Christmas Eve. I'm doing a stream Christmas Eve playing Batman Arkham Origins. I'm gonna get I got a Christmas tree that I'm putting back here. I'm gonna get Christmas light. Bro, my room gonna be decked out. It's gonna be vibey. So I'm also planning
Fire.
at least one more video this year. It might end up being two. It kind of depends on something comes out that I want to review. But Corbin, anywhere you got anything coming up? You got where should the people find? I know you just shouted yourself out, but all your links are down below.
All my links down below. Um, my own podcast is The Zigzag with Corbin Elliott. It's my wrestling podcast, WWE related. I don't mess with AEW because I don't have time to watch it. So it's basically just WWE only at this point, a little bit TNA as well. So if you mess with that, go check that out. Of course, A Simply Lovely podcast, the one with Caleb and I. It's our Formula One podcast.
Well, it's a racing
Stuff I
podcast.
got
It's
coming out
just
later.
mainly Formula One, you know.
It's mainly Formula One, but once IndyCar gets started, that'll also be a main topic. So, other than that, videos I got coming out. I post a reel every single day on my Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. That's at Corbin's Collective again. So that's pretty much it. I know I have a security breach video coming out that I filmed from like July that I low-key forgot I made. So I'm posting that soon. I'm gonna try to start uploading a YouTube video every Friday about just
Dang.
something. Once I can eventually get a setup and I can play video games and my capture card isn't broken, then I want to start streaming more, making more gaming videos. So just be on the lookout for that. But currently, it's basically just been a lot of tier lists because that's all I can do with my MacBook, in my dorm. So we're figuring it out.
All
So
right.
just go check me out.
I know you got to run, so I'm going to wrap this up. This has been subjectively correct. We did some yapping. No Jake needed. Should we kick him off permanently? Maybe. I don't know. Who knows?
Comment down below.
Drop a comment, bro. Like, and let us know. Should Jake be fired permanently? He can lose all of his $0 he makes. Just remember, when I hate on stuff, I do it because I genuinely hate it, not for the money, because I don't make any money from this. So, thank you for watching. If you made it this far, consider subscribing. And yeah, I will see you next week. Bye.
Peace.